Once again, I welcome everyone to this Sunday program who are here in the Vihara and who are watching us on online. Today, we are going to discuss about a wonderful sutta. The name of the sutta is Mahali Sutta. So I will read the sutta first and then we will discuss the point. Once the Buddha was staying near Vaisali at great wood in the hall with the peaked roof. Then Mahāli, the Lichavi, went up to the Buddha, bowed and sat down on one side and said to him, "What is the cause, sir? What is the reason for doing bad deeds, for performing bad deeds?" Then, in reply, Buddha said, "Greed is a cause, Mahāli. Greed is a reason for doing bad deeds, for performing bad deeds. Hatred is a cause of bad deeds. Delusion is a cause of bad deeds. Improper attention is a cause of bad deeds. A wrongly directed mind is a cause of bad deeds. This is the cause, Mahāli. This is the reason for doing bad deeds, for performing bad deeds." Then again, Mahāli asks to the Buddha, "What is the cause, sir? What is the reason for doing good deeds, for performing good deeds?" Then Buddha replied, "Non-greed is a cause, Mahāli. Non-greed is reason for doing good deeds, for performing good deeds. Then the Buddha said again, "Non-hatred is cause of good deeds. Non-delusion is a cause for good deeds. Proper attention is a cause of good deeds. Rightly directed mind is a cause of good deeds. This is the cause, Mahāli. This is the reason for doing good deeds, for performing good deeds. If these 10 things were not found in the world, we couldn't see either unprincipled and immoral conduct or principled and moral conduct. But since these 10 things are found in the world, we see both unprincipled and immoral conduct and principled and moral conduct. So these are the 10 causes, 5 causes from unwholesome bad deeds and 5 causes from wholesome deeds. Because of this, we perform good action. Because of this, we perform bad deeds. So the first thing the Buddha said to the Mahāli, there was a person who called Mahāli. He is from Lichavi. So the very first point that Buddha mentioned is greed is a cause, Mahāli. Greed is a reason for doing bad deeds, for performing bad deeds. Here greed is we greed for something. We greed for something. We greed to have something eatable things. We greed something to have more and more. Okay. So greed is the cause of doing unwholesome deeds. So you can see the things are happening wrong around us because of any of these, the point which Buddha point out. So you can see the people doing adinadana, stealing something which is not given, because that thing is attractive, or that thing attracting people, a person, and after seeing this, the greediness arises. Out of this greed, the person did action. Person do bad action, akusala. So greed is the cause. Greed is the reason for performing unwholesome deeds. This is the very first. And then Buddha says, second one, hatred. Having anger for someone. Having anger for someone. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this person. I don't like that person. This liking, hatred, the liking, disliking arises from where? Anger. Having anger for someone is a cause, is a reason for performing bad action. Akusala kamma. Even out of anger, people kill to each other. Okay. So this is the point which said by the Buddha, the second point. Because of anger, we perform unwholesome deeds, unwholesome kamma, unwholesome actions. Then third point, which said by the Buddha, is delusion. Delusion is a cause for bad deeds. So delusion basically is not understanding. Delusion is not understanding this greed and hatred, anger. And not understanding mind and body. Not distinguish mind as mind, body is body. Two separate things, but they are combined. Okay. Not knowing the real nature of their, real nature of mind, real nature of body. This is called moha. This is called delusion. You might heard some talks from other side. They said not knowing God is delusion. Here the Buddha did not say like that. Here Buddha said not knowing, not understanding mind as mind, according to the Buddha's teaching. Not knowing mind is mind, mind as mind, body as body. This is called delusion. The fourth point is improper attention is a cause of bad deeds, Buddha said. Improper attention. And what is improper attention? Improper attention is not seeing reality as reality. Not seeing, say for example, not as Buddha Dosa, the great scholar, Buddhist monk said that not seeing permanent as permanent, seeing permanent, seeing impermanent as impermanent as permanent, suffering as happiness, suffering as happiness, and unsubstantial is substantials. Unsubstantials is substantials. Ugly as beauty. Seeing like this is improper attention. Improper attention. So more practically we can see, we can understand, we think that our mind is permanent. We do things so mind is permanent, body is permanent, but in reality mind is changing, body also changing, sometime heat, sometime cold, Sometimes gas and digestion system is there in the body. More deep we see, the every cells in our body keep on changing time to time, and every thought of our mind keep on changing. Okay, so not seeing the truth as it is, that is improper attention. So this was the fourth. The fifth one is a wrongly directed mind is cause of bad deeds. In Pali it is said, Micchāpanahitam ko Mahāli. Micchāpanahitam, wrongly directed mind. What is this wrongly directed mind? It is said in the commentary of Dhammapada. It is said, Dasasu akusala kamma pathesu Micchā thapitatta, which means establishment of mind on 10 wrong course of actions. Those are panatipata. Panatipata means killing a being. Okay. Second is stealing. Panatipata adinnadana, stealing. Third one is sexual misconduct. These three we perform from body. Verbally, we perform telling lie, slandering, rude speech, and gossiping. These four we perform from speech, verbal, and three which we perform from mind, that is covetousness and ill will, hatred, ill will, and wrong views. These are the 10 course of action which are unwholesome. If our mind engage in this 10 action, this is Micchāpanahita, which means our mind wrongly directed. If we perform these things, which means wrongly directed mind, we should understood here. So we will proceed the causes and reasons for doing good deeds. Okay, they are just opposite of these unwholesome deeds. The Buddha said very nicely. So Buddha said to Mahāli, Alobha Non-Greed. Non-greed is cause and reason for performing wholesome deeds, doing wholesome deeds. Non-greed. If we can see how the greed arises whenever we like something, no? We like something, we desire something, we feel some advantage of taking that particular thing, and we thought, oh, this is the pleasurable thing which gives lots of pleasure to us. Because of that, the greed arises. We don't know the disadvantage of greed. The disadvantage of greed is the pleasure do not last for a long time. The pleasure do not last for a long time. That is the disadvantage. That is the dangerous, Buddha said. And when we don't have this greed, absence of greed is non-greed. We understand advantage of non-greed. Okay, because non-greed, what is the advantage of non-greed? Buddha said one of the gatha from Dhammapada, tanhaya jayati soko, tanhaya jayati bhayang, tanhaya vipamuttasa natti soko kuto bhayang. So tanhaya means craving. craving. So Lobha, basically, the Lobha, greed and craving, they are very similar. Very similar. Huh? So because of greed, craving arises, they are like very, very close. By function, they are very close. They are almost same. So Buddha said, Tanhaya Jayati Soko. Out of this craving, greed, out of this craving, suffering arises because of this craving. Tanhaya Jayati Bhayang. Because of out of this craving, fear arises. Tanhaya Jayati Soko, Tanhaya Jayati Bhayang. Tanhaya Vipamuttasa. Who freed from this greed, this attachment, craving, from craving, there is no fear, there is no suffering for him. Natti Soko Koto Bhayang. Where is fear and Natti Soko Koto Bhayang? There is no sorrow, there is no fear for him who destroyed craving. This is the advantage, not having suffering and not having fear. This is the advantage of non-greed. Okay? Then the Buddha said, non-hatred is cause of good deeds. Non-hatred. So non-hatred, basically, in many sutta, the Buddha said, which preached on Noble Eightfold Path, he said, non-hatred as love, loving kindness, a thought of love. Thought of love is cause and reason for wholesome action, wholesome performance, Buddha said. So we can also see the advantage of love and disadvantage in anger. We can see, we can feel. Most of us feel disadvantage in anger, but it seems like advantage. But those who seek advantage in anger are foolish. But actual advantage is in love, because we do not lose our peacefulness of our mind. And that immediate, if we get angry, then body also become like ugly, discomfort, we feel uncomfort in body, suffering in mind and body both. Mind also become agitated, body also become agitated, heartbeats also increase, all those things happen. This is the disadvantage of anger. But what is the advantage of love? Is calmness. Calmness. The third one, Buddha said, Amoha Non-Delusion is cause and reason for performance of good action, wholesome action. That is understanding things, understanding mind as mind, body as body. Okay? So they are keep on changing time to time. They are changing. In every single moment, mind also changes, body also changes. So, to know the nature of these things, to understand the nature of this thing, mind and body, is wisdom. And also, it is said, to know greed, to know hatred is also wisdom, is also non-delusion. So this is the third point. So fourth point is proper attention is a cause of good deeds. So what is the proper attention? Proper attention is seeing impermanent as impermanent, seeing suffering is suffering, seeing non-self is non-self, seeing ugly is ugly, there is nothing attractive. Seeing like this is proper attention. Yonisomanasikāro. Fifth one is A rightly directed mind is a cause of good deeds. So what is that rightly directed mind? It is, so it is said, having establishment of mind into tenfold course of actions, tenfold wholesome course of actions, which Buddha said, referring from killing, referring from stealing, referring from sexual intercourse, referring from telling lie, referring from slandering, referring from red speech, and referring from gossiping, and unselfishness, uncovetousness, goodwill, and right views. These are the 10 wholesome course of actions. Then it is rightly directed mind, Buddha said. Okay, so these things are mentioned in the commentary. What is the rightly directed mind and what is the wrongly directed mind. Okay, so these are the five from negative, and five are causes of doing unwholesome actions, and 5 point are doing a cause and reasons for doing wholesome actions. So here Buddha said, if these 10 were not found in the world, we couldn't see either unprincipled and immoral conduct or principled and moral conduct. Okay. Then Buddha said, but since these 10 things are found in the world, we see both unprincipled and immoral conduct and principled and moral conduct. Okay, so nicely Buddha explained how we perform this kusala, bad deeds, and good deeds. Okay, so 5 from kusala side, akusala side, and 5 from kusala side. Kusala means wholesome, akusala means unwholesome. So what are the 5 from akusala side? Can you repeat? You repeat after me. Okay, greed, hatred, delusion, improper attention, and 5th one is wrongly directed mind. Okay, then from wholesome side, 5 points: non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion, and proper attention. And 5th one is rightly directed mind. Okay, these are the 5 from bad deeds. Because of these 5 points, we perform unwholesome action. Because of these 5 points, qualities, we perform wholesome actions. Okay, with this I conclude. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatu antarayo sukhi dhigayuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sabba dhammanubhavena sabba sanghanubhavena sada sothi bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.